Hey there, this is Jexy with the Systems Alliance, and in this video, we're going to check out the new Captain Marvel trailer from Marvel. So this movie is big for Marvel for a number of reasons. For one, it's following up Avengers Infinity War, so even though Ant-Man and the Wasp came out after that, this is really the sequel that people are really looking for, even if it has maybe not much in the beginning of the movie to do with the actual story of Infinity War and where the Avengers are now. But obviously at the end of Avengers Infinity War, Samuel L. Jackson sends out that weird text or, well, I don't even know, page or text page, whatever it is, sends it out. It's the Captain Marvel logo. And to be honest, not many people knew who Captain Marvel was really before that. I mean, when most people think about Captain Marvel, they think of Shazam. And Shazam used to be Captain Marvel all up until just recently when they had some thing in the courts and they ended up just calling him Shazam now, even though that's confusing because Shazam is the wizard and the thing he yells, so he is the thing that he yells. He was always Captain Marvel. That doesn't make any sense. Regardless of that, it's still even confusing when you look it up online, whether it's Marvel's website or Wikipedia or anything like that, because when you do that and you read about the history of Captain Marvel, aka Brie Larson, the one we're getting in this movie, Captain Marvel is sometimes a guy, sometimes it's a girl. It's somewhat similar almost to Shazam in that there's this weird family thing going on. One thing I like about Marvel and what they're doing in the cinematic universe is that they simplify things. So for instance, Civil War, the series, that whole graphic novel and everything, one, it's focused around Spider-Man. So obviously Civil War is where they introduced Spider-Man in the MCU. So already it's different. And two, the writing was kind of poor in the comics because Captain America and Iron Man, their roles should have been reversed. Captain America is the one who should have had the side of the government, whereas Iron Man should have been the rogue one, not the other way around. It didn't quite work in the comics, however, they made it work in the movie really well by centering it around Captain America's childhood friend and now the Winter Soldier. So I like the way they simplify things. They take a story, they smush it together, just like Thor Ragnarok. They had some Planet Hulk stuff going on, and then they smushed it with Ragnarok, and it just worked, right? They made something that didn't seem like it would work, and then they just make it work every single time. So with this, I'm hoping that it establishes Captain Marvel just as herself, kind of away from all of the weird history, or maybe if they address it, it's just something simple, but I'm really looking forward to what she can do. This is also Marvel's first female-led movie, which it's surprising to think the DCU hasn't been around that long and they've already had Wonder Woman and it's easily their best movie, whereas the MCU has been doing their thing for a while and they're just finally coming along. But it kind of makes sense because a lot of the female characters, the big ones anyway, a lot of them are in the X-Men. So since they didn't own the rights to them until I guess now, with the whole Fox merger and everything like that, they didn't really have a chance. And they didn't have a lot of big female characters like DC has with a Wonder Woman, a Supergirl, a Batgirl, a Huntress, a Poison Ivy, Zatanna, Harley Quinn, all these great characters, and I know I'm missing a lot more, that DC has that are female-led. Most of Marvel's tend to be stuck in the X-Men universe. But Captain Marvel is one that they're definitely bringing up, definitely promoting, definitely trying to get going here. And she's going to play such a key role in the next Avengers movie. You know she is. So I can't wait to see what they do. I'm really looking forward to this movie. If you would have told me pre-Avengers Infinity War, hey, are you excited for Marvel's next movie, Captain Marvel? I would have been like, not really. Wait, who? Is that like Shazam? Wait, are you confused? Do you mean the DCEU? Is that what you're thinking of? They don't even call themselves the DCEU anymore, but is that what you're thinking of? And those are people who are kind of into comics. Never mind the average person who's never heard of them. Although I did always find it weird that Captain Marvel is with DC and not with Marvel, so at least I'm glad they fixed that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this trailer. Whoa. So it's the 90s, obviously. Blockbuster. Anyone still have their Blockbuster card?
War is a universal language. I know a renegade soldier when I see one. Never occurred to me that one might come from above.
Is that Sam Jackson?
Space invasion, big car chase. Truth be told, I was ready to hang it up till I met you today. So you're
Awesome.
not from around here?
It's hard to explain. I keep having these memories. I see flashes.
Kind of like
I
a Hal
think I
Jordan
have
thing
a life
going on.
here. But I can't tell if it's real.
We have no idea what threats are out there. We
You should
can't
have
do
punched that
this
old lady.
alone. We need you.
I'm not what you think I am.
I gotta wait till March. Wow. So that was pretty awesome. And unfortunately for DC, do you know what it reminded me of? Kind of what the Green Lantern movie should be. So, once again, me personally, I think a lot of DC characters are the better versions of one that Marvel has. And in fairness, Marvel has copied a lot of the DC ones. But just saying, DC has the Atom. Marvel has Ant-Man. I think the Atom is a lot cooler. He's in the fighting games, he's in everything, but because the DCU hasn't established itself and can't seem to find its footing, he's nowhere near it. So you see him in the cartoons and the Lego things and whatnot, but that's it. Meanwhile, we already have the second Ant-Man movie. So if DC comes out with their character, people are going to be like, we already saw this. And I think that's the risk that DC runs now because this looked pretty Green Lantern-y. The only difference is that she obviously has had her memory wiped and became some sort of super soldier, cosmic force, whatever it is going on there. As I said before, me personally, I'm not reading too much into Captain Marvel's lore because I'd rather have the movie explain it because they do a good job of shortening everything down. And whatever's in the movie, that's going to be what's canon in the MCU, so that's what I'm going with. Definitely felt like, she was the Hal Jordan, in the Air Force, a pilot. What more can I say? That's what it felt like. Other than that, she definitely punches an old lady in the face, which is pretty hilarious. Don't know why, but I guess we'll find that out. I love the thing that Disney is doing where they de-age a person or, make them CG or whatever. And by I love it, I mean I love it when it looks good. When it doesn't look quite right, it just doesn't look quite right. But from this, Samuel L. Jackson, they still have his face to work with. It's not like he's full of wrinkles yet or anything, so it was probably not too difficult to de-age him a little bit, kind of like a Benjamin Button de-aging Brad Pitt. And they even did it in the original Ant-Man, I believe, with Michael Douglas. Just made his face much younger. And those are good examples. So this one looks to be like another good example. It'll be interesting how it fits in. She's obviously on Earth in the 90s. There's been no reference to her whatsoever. Obviously, S.H.I.E.L.D. can keep a secret. One thing that did click for me for this is maybe the reason why Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson, has that weird sort of communication device is, one, maybe she's off planet, and two, maybe that's just the technology they had at that time in the 90s. Advanced technology for the 90s obviously looks old now, but if she's off planet, that would be the only technology and communication that he's able to have. So that's just another case of Marvel somehow nailing it, making us wonder in Infinity War, why is he communicating on that? That's so weird. And then, of course, seeing it in this trailer and going, oh, of course they planned ahead. Of course Kevin Feige knows what he's doing. Of course every director and everybody is all on the same page in the MCU. It's just incredible. But other than that initial setup, obviously this is the first official trailer, so we didn't get too much out of it. I am totally okay with that. Can't wait to see more. Let me know what you thought about this. Did you like the trailer as much as I did? As I said, me personally, I can't wait. Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, and we'll catch you next time.